This program has been brought to you by Airtel, proud supporter of Africa's rising football stars.
Airtel Rising Stars, one of the greatest tournaments in Africa. Finding the best teams, the best talent, and which players are good enough to train at the Manchester United Soccer Schools camp. If you're out there, we'll find you.
Welcome back to Airtel Football. We start this week's show in the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. Football here is like religion. Their national side, Uganda Cranes, have enjoyed immense success within the region over the years. They are the winningest side since the competition's inception in 1973.
I like the game. I like my nation. So it's like I'm waiting. I'm eager. So I prepare in advance. As I move in town, I'm reminding people, it's high time. Uganda Cranes is on.
Actually, I'm a fan of football, and I love my country. I'm a Ugandan. I have a nationalistic feeling for my country and my team, and I believe today we're going to make history, make it again. What happened last, we're going to come back again today this time.
The 2011 Council of East and Central African Cup winners have won the tournament an incredible 12 times. Their success has unfortunately been limited to the regional tournament only in recent years.
It's a big campaign. Of course, everyone believes that after 32 years of waiting, they can make it. But of course, the journey begins today. What we've been writing is trying to push the team hard, to believe in them, and make sure that they deliver on the pitch and make so many fans around the country happy.
Perhaps no more so than here in Uganda's lush capital city, Kampala. Home to just under 1.5 million. It's a city that has all the amenities of a modern metropolis. The magnificent Kampala skyline is enhanced by rolling green hills. Its centerpiece on one side, the Gaddafi Mosque, a gift from the former Libyan leader. Kampala was chosen by the Kabaka, or King of the Buganda, as one of his favorite hunting grounds, due to the vast amount of impala that called these hills home. And, as it's not unusual for Luganda to adopt the soundings of English words into their language, just like Kempala, meaning the land of the impala, it formerly became known as Kampala, where the British colonial rulers needed a name for the city. They adopted this reference. The British brought with them many things to East Africa, one of which was the love of the game of football. And, as a result, Kampala has over the years become a city with football running through the veins of its people. It is home to the Federation of Ugandan Football, or FUFA, Ugandan football's governing body.
As a federation, we realized that the first point of contact of all the players are the schools, and we've been indeed supportive and trying to ensure that the game of football within the schools goes on in the best way it can. That alone has helped us to maintain the talent throughout. But more still, as a federation over the 3 years, we've ensured that at the national level, we have the under-17 participating, we have the under-20 participating on the tournaments, at least at the region. And recently, our team played in the All-Africa Games finals in Mozambique. And we are proud that we have now teams starting from the senior team. The under-23 is ready. We have the under-20 team. and the under-17 that can always feed the national team, even if the crop of players who are there now are retired and stopped playing.
But football here in Uganda is ingrained. The love for the national side has never wavered. And each year, the optimism for African Cup of Nations and World Cup success runs high.
I'm proudly Ugandan. I really think Uganda is going to take over. Because the last time Uganda was in the African Cup of Nations, that was in 1974. So this time around, Uganda is going to take it over to the African Cup of Nations. Just because, you know, the squad, and it's going to be home. Yeah.
This is a big opportunity for us as Uganda. We've spent over 33 years without qualifying for African Cup of Nations, and we hope this is our time.
And this season's Bell Uganda Super League campaign was certainly one for the history books, coming down to a final day in June. And as Express FC managed to lift their first title in 16 years, leaving Bunamwaya and URA devastated and missing out so closely. Like their European counterparts, footballers in Uganda are idolized, given an almost demigod status. Something that we found out at the USL Awards at the Kampala Serena Hotel. Glitz and glamour to rival any award show anywhere in the world.
Actually, it was difficult, but as we were doing together like teamwork, so it helped us to remain in contact with our coaches, and it made us to win the trophy.
The big reason why I've stayed in police, because they have paid for my school fees, they have catered for me, everything at home.
And what a night it was, as some of the brightest talent in the game in Uganda was recognized, including a few rising stars.
I'm very happy and encouraged to work harder next season so that I win and even live for another country as a professional football player.
I have not seen such a very exciting finale in the league I think for the last decade, since the Villa days when Villa won it seven times in a row. I haven't seen such a thing.
Kampala City is also home to Nambole Stadium, the ceremonial home of Ugandan football, the backyard of the Uganda Cranes. And as the Cranes set about qualifying for the African Cup of Nations in 2013 and the World Cup in Brazil in 2014, their country appears to be 100% behind them.
Well, to be honest, we let each other go on with our jobs. The Federation and the President are great to work for. They give me my head, they let me select my squads, they let me pick the times when we're training. And they're just an organised company now and very transparent. Which hasn't been in the past, I've been told, and as I said, it makes my job easier. As I said, they've given me the full range and they've let me go on with things.
There is a natural patriotism every time their Ugandan Cranes play.
Oh, the Ugandans love their national team. It's one unifying factor that brings together everyone regardless of ideologies. The last time, the game against Guinea-Bissau here, this stadium is a 42,000 plus capacity, but which wasn't right anyway. There were over 60,000, estimated 60,000 people here. When the Cranes are in action, the town is standstill. The country, that's when everyone feels a sense of belonging. You want to be part. Actually, on the day, if you are not putting on a Uganda Cranes jersey, you feel out of place. You could buy it 3 times the price if you got it. Basically, the fans, that's the only point whereby Uganda get together. When it comes to the fans, Uganda Cranes is one point where no borders can't be broken.
We must win! Uganda, we must go, and we must go while you don't know, sir. Bah.
When we return to Airtel football, we travel 200 kilometers northeast of Kampala to another football-mad area of the country. And we spend time with a rising star who drove a dagger through the hearts of the Crane supporters in their World Cup qualifying in Nambole. Stay where you are.
Hi, it's Patrick Seva of Manchester United. Airtel Rising Star is back. If you're out there, we will find you.
Hi, this is Michael Owen of Manchester United. Airtel Rising Stars is back. If you're out there, we'll find you.
Welcome back to Airtel Football. From Uganda's capital, Kampala, we travel about 200 kilometers northeast to Mbale, a town where football fever runs equally as high as anywhere else in the country, and as one of the stopovers for Airtel's Rising Stars competition.
Well, first of all, FIFA benefits in the way that if these players are followed up properly, I think they can have a good under-17, which can help, which can be a future team for our national team, for the nation. I think that's how the nation benefits.
Of course, for us as Airtel, for the young people, it's seeing in the future. 2015 is next door, yes, but it's going to be with the future, touching what they love the most, touching what they are passionate about, and going with them for that journey. Yeah.
And here in Mbale, just to be part of something so big is the stuff the dreams are made of.
The Airtel Rising Stars tournament under 17 is a very good tournament to my career because it helps me do more about my CV because it will be helping me much more in the future. It's been a very good run because we've been playing very tactical games. We played our first match well yesterday in the evening and we won 2-1.
This tournament, Airtel Rising Star, is important to me because they're helping girls like for us. Because here in Uganda, they be concerned to boys. They don't be concerned to girls. But Airtel, they help girls. Now even girls, even us now, we are becoming very proud because of Airtel.
There was some real confidence here, and not just from the future Rising Stars either.
I chose to become a goalkeeper because of my friends. They gave me this chance. I was in the street, for us to see our children, we are from the street. I was in the street, they told me, can you play football? I said yes. Can you go to school? I said yes. So now I came to CRO. They took me to school. We started training, and they told me, can you try goalkeeping? I said yes. I went there. My coach was like, yeah, you can be a goalkeeper. So I went there and I tried. Now I can make it.
I feel an honor to be a part of this in Uganda, as every girl I meet, no matter if it's in Arua, in Mbarara, or in Bali, they're so excited to see someone who's growing the game for them. So it's an honor to be a part of this. And I think this tournament, Airtel's Rising Stars Under-17 tournament, is especially important for our mission and vision for women's football, because it starts at the grassroots with these young girls from all over the country.
Airtel will actually is going to help us so much, because now the students are going to really love sports in the way that they know there is someone out there who is going to sponsor them. Now, as Malasis being a sleeping giant in sports and academics, actually it's not a sleeping giant as it may be, but it's just that students are just not motivated. But in this way, as Airtel has come in, the motivation in the students is going to come up, and the skills will be shown, and Mbalesis will triumph beyond the stars.
And even with the Mbale Tigers bowing out in the semis, this is a tournament about building talent for the future and about identifying the next generation of rising stars. And as we continue our journey to find another rising star from Africa, we focus on a star from Dakar, Senegal, whose adventure in football has been magnificent so far. Senegal captain and Newcastle striker Papis Demba Cissé is one of the hottest properties in European football. And he has recently been given the captain's armband to lead his national side, the Teranga Lions, out to battle as they look to secure an African Cup of Nations and World Cup berth.
Non, il n'y a pas la pression, c'est juste...
If they trust me to lead the group, that is great. But my aim is not necessarily to be a captain. It is the group, the team that matters most, and not me being a captain.
Qui fait que je sois là. Moi, l'important, c'est le groupe.
And it appears that confidence is at an all-time high within the Senegalese camp.
Moi, il m'a choisi pour être capitaine. Donc, moi, j'essaie d'honorer.
I think the coach has much confidence in me. That is why he named me as the captain. There are older players who have been here before me. If I'm chosen to lead the team, I think it's an honor. But let me make this clear. The captain band does not belong to the captain who wears it or the coach. It belongs to the nation. And the most important thing is to win games, bring good results to make everybody happy.
For the 27-year-old striker, his rise to the top has been swift. From the playgrounds of Dakar to playing for one of Senegal's most successful clubs, Generation Foot, his move to Europe, and becoming the highest African goal scorer in one season in Germany's Bundesliga for SC Freiburg.
I
think we can qualify for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, although nothing had been done yet. The journey remains a long one. Our team now has so many young and determined players who are ready to fight to succeed. We are united, we talk to each other regularly, and in all I feel there is oneness in the group.
On s'entend bien entre nous, on se parle, donc je pense que c'est l'essentiel du groupe.
And following Senegal's less than impressive 2012 African Cup of Nations campaign, Cissé made his move to the English Premier League, a move that he has taken in his characteristic laid-back style.
Bien, moi j'ai passé des bons moments, 2 bonnes années.
I spent 2 great and wonderful seasons with Freiburg, which I'll never forget. Moving down to the Premier League at Newcastle, I met my teammate and compatriot Demba Ba, who helped me to mix up very well in the group. I didn't find much difficulties in finding my footing at Newcastle, because one Ba was there and other players were so kind and helpful. If I'm doing quite well today there, it's because of the whole team helping out.
Si j'arrive à m'exprimer bien aujourd'hui sur le terrain avec les couleurs de Newcastle, donc c'est dû à mes coéquipiers aussi.
And why wouldn't he be loving life in England now, playing at Tyneside?
J'adore la Premier League. C'était mon rêve de jouer dans ce championnat.
I adore the Premier League. It had been my dream to play here, and now I'm here. So you can imagine the joy inside me. I really like the league, and I'm enjoying every part of it.
C'est mon rêve. Donc aujourd'hui je suis et alhamdulillah.
For Papis Demba Cissé, playing football professionally has been a dream from day one. And as much as playing in England might be his biggest accomplishment so far, there is certainly some unfinished business when it comes to his national side, the Lions of Teranga, come London 2012 and beyond.
We already have a solid Olympic team. The main objective is for the team to come back from London with something good for the people of Senegal. It is a great team. There are so many talented young players who are rubbing shoulders with the veterans, which is a good thing to help transfer experience. The Senegal team is a brilliant team, and I'm happy to be a member.
First of all,
I would like to say thank you to my fans for believing in me and loving what I do. I'd also tell them that I do my best not to let them down. And one last thing is that in life you confront things that you like and things you don't. So be patient, believe in yourself, shun violence, and wait for your turn.
For Papis Demba Cisse, it looks as if he is just getting warmed up when it comes to his footballing success. And as we continue the search for Africa's next rising star, make sure you join us next week for another edition of Airtel Football. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
This program has been brought to you by Airtel, proud supporter of Africa's rising football stars.